Bruh, the current state of this game right now, I don't think I've ever seen it this damn bad.
Can't keep getting away with it!
Maybe apart from FIFA 19, where they literally added nothing to career mode, FC 24 might be the worst possible way to start a brand new era of FIFA, and let me tell you why. Look guys, it speaks for itself when the game is already at half price. If you want to cash in on the discount, feel free.
Is it worth it? Oh yeah, it's worth it. If you're strong enough.
Today, let's take a deep dive into all the new minor bugs and issues that fly under the radar that have been discovered recently or have been implemented thanks to the new title updates and patches. They're little nitpicks overall, but still worth mentioning, because at the end of the day, it ruins the overall experience of not only career mode, but the gameplay once you factor in and compile everything together. Consider this the deluxe edition, the part 2, the aftermath of my mega everything broken with career mode video, all the glitches, issues, mistakes that have popped up post-launch, all thanks to EA's incompetency, dropping multiple updates and quote-unquote fixes, however unintentionally breaking other sections of the game, especially career mode. Now the first issue we have to address, all thanks to EA's doing, is the new Premier League scoreboard update. Now it seems like a decent addition, and at heart it keeps up with the brand new what's going on in real life with the new Premier League branding. Granted, not everyone really loves it compared to the other score bugs, however there's only one minor problem. That's whenever you come up against a white team or just a team wearing white colors in general, because yeah, take a look at the score. Can you see anything going on at the moment? I know you're not usually going to play white team versus white team because you can't tell the difference who's who, but just to illustrate the issue here, like you can't tell what the numbers are because the numbers are white.
The numbers, basically. What do they mean? Where are they broadcast?
I don't know anything about any numbers.
So good luck to whoever's doing a Tottenham career mode out there, because whatever's going on here is just a menace to everyone's eyes. You can see there when the pop-up starts at kickoff, the numbers are dark. You can tell what the score is, but when it comes to the score bug in game, nah, different story. And whilst we're on the topic of in-game graphics and cutscenes, we had this come out maybe like a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, of EA confirming that they purposely dropped and just completely removed the pre-match animation lineups and replace them all with like 10 to 15 second cutscenes, so you can never see the players walk out of the tunnel or the lineups go down. It was probably one of the most missed features in the game and what fans have been yearning to come back. It was one of the many main complaints that FC 24 career mode has had to face, and this is just one of the community managers coming out and saying that they noticed that people used to skip the intros, so they just completely removed them all together instead of just adding a skip button and letting people decide if they want to watch the cutscenes or if they just want to skip straight into the game. Clearly stating that in FC 24 we shortened the intro scenes and presented that important information and context up front. And apparently their goal was to provide players with a smoother and more streamlined entry into the action by creating a shorter and more engaging experience. If only that made any sense, because by not showing the lineups and the players coming out of the tunnel, that disengages the player and takes away the world building whilst you're at it, because it removes that feeling of like you're watching an actual game on TV. Whilst many players have welcomed this change, who has welcomed this change? What positive feedback has anyone had about this? This company, bro. Yeah, it's not coming back. Not in FC 24. It's not going to be an update. And you guys down in the comments when I posted this were fully on board. Yeah, they're probably just going to remove it and then market it as a brand new feature for FC 25. Now, I know I get it in the online game modes, but in career mode, like, come on. I'm not gonna let you massacre my boy like this, EA. No company are more out of touch with their community than EA Sports. Fucking preach that, brother. Now, during title update 4, I believe, if you were to go through and load up a Ballon d'Or ceremony in career mode, things weren't really panning out as they should. Instead of it loading up and seeing who wins the trophy, instead you were greeted with whatever this monstrosity was. Bro, even my boy Edgar was experiencing the same pain. Like, what is going on here? For some reason, the Ballon d'Or ceremony arena has like half been loaded. The floor is entirely white. For some reason, there's a lineup of random Barcelona players. Wirtz is standing there on his own with a generic kit. That kind of looks like Carlo Ancelotti in another universe. This is nightmare fuel, people, and how it creeped its way into an update, no one will know. Luckily, the Ballon d'Or ceremony was the only victim, and nothing else received this, oh god, cold Pep Guardiola's back. As I was saying, nothing nothing else really experienced that treatment. Now, just another incredibly weird random detail that has gone unnoticed is Dele Alli, and more specifically, Dele Alli's face scan. It could probably go down as the first player to change hair, depending on where you see him in the game. Okay, great angle. Great angle, guys. I love that in your pre-match cutscenes. What was that? Here, in-game, he's got his, like, luscious dreads. They're looking beautiful. They're bouncing around everywhere. And then once you go into the cutscene, it all disappears. And it goes back to just his normal hair, I guess. Even in the replays, when they show him back to goal, he's got his normal hair locked and loaded. And then once you pass the cutscene and replays, he goes back to his dreads. Look, I feel like I'm in too deep at this point, but I just want to show it off because it's just so weird, like why this stuff is happening. Yeah, cutscenes, replays, it's that classic Dele Alli look. And then once you get back into the game, the dreads are locked and loaded. Don't you just love the random code and text that appears on the screen for a split second when you pause the game? It's that blink and you miss it stuff that I can really pinpoint, and it's just so jarring to the experience, man. Every little new style cutscene, you know, has had a glitch over the years, and this is no exception, as it hasn't actually happened to me personally, but I've seen a bunch of stuff on Reddit and YouTube, and that is random Christmas lights appearing out of nowhere. Like EA just got into the festive season a little bit too early. They're in the mood. Another one of these unexplainable ones. Don't know how this slipped through the code. Now, some more weird in-game glitches that happens. They're similar, on par to that Dele Alli case, is that the cameraman just turn into rainbows for some reason. The photographers, all the media guys, they just do their best clown impersonation. I swear this rainbow suit and glitch was in the game from like FIFA 19 or FIFA 20. It's just only a matter of time until it gets activated in the game. That's how old this game code is. Forget FC, it's still FIFA down to its very core. We've also got some other in-menu stuff, like those animations that happen when you pause the game. Yeah, they just continue on in the background for some reason when you're back in the menu, so you've got the two commentators up on the stadium. Now, another in-game menu error was sometimes people experience when you went in to select a real-life manager. They would just disappeared on the right of the screen. They just turned into a shadow, vanished to the shadow realm, and something that I really don't understand about editing your manager. Look at Allegri. I want to go ahead and change his outfit. I want to change the color of his tie. Let's go ahead and... it's disappeared. I don't know where it is. For some reason, his tie has gone missing. Speaking of Allegri, we've had the man appear somehow on the main starting menu of FIFA where the players are supposed to be. He's just in his manager outfit, balling out at the Santiago Bernabeu. Again, another example, like, what is going on in this game? Look at him, bro, doing roulettes, rainbow flicks. Not gonna lie, everyone that's ever worn those dress shoes knows that they give you 99 shot power and curve. And speaking of managers that probably shouldn't really be in a job, but they are, we have all the unavailable managers, or all the unemployed managers that realistically should be in the game. They just get removed by EA. We've got the likes of Antonio Conte, Graham Potter, Zidane. Like, why can't there be an unemployed or like recently fired manager section that we can still go ahead and use instead of them being completely removed from the game and just banished into the wilderness until they get rehired? This is what I mean when I say we should have an unemployed or managers like miscellaneous section, because look at this list of managers in FC24 who have a scanned game face but haven't been added by EA. Jose Mourinho, Roma aren't licensed, but you've got a bunch of Bundesliga managers, a couple of Ligue 1 managers, some legends out at Middlesbrough, Wayne Rooney, Carrick, Patrick Vieira at Strasbourg, Gattuso, Inzaghi, Joey Barton, George Hagi. Like, a lot of these are ex-players, ex-greats of the game. A couple of ex-Premier League managers in the Championship, like Daniel Farke and David Wagner, Gattuso at Marseille. There are so many managers missing from the game, it like hurts my soul. Apparently Sam Kerr wants to be a goalkeeper now. Who is this Sam Kerr lookalike imposter? She hasn't even got hair. She hasn't even got a ponytail. It's a bold Sam Kerr. She just had to shave her head. But this is just cursed. She's actually a goalkeeper. Sam Kerr from an alternate dimension. Now, speaking of the main menu, I recently logged in like online, connected to the servers, because usually I'll just stay offline because I got a bunch of mods and stuff running in the background. However, for some reason, no matter what mode I went on to, player career, clubs, manager career, all this ultimate team promo would just pop up instead. Trying to select manager career, and the first thing that comes up is just a full promo shoved right in your face. Like, come on, buy the packs, buy FIFA points, go on ultimate team. This was probably like one of the most egregious things I've seen. I know it usually pops up when you log in, but once you go on to the other game mode, like player career, manager career, it shouldn't be popping up in that section. It just felt so overpowering and like so forced by EA, man. This is their main priority, not career mode, guys. It's this. It's a Black Friday Thunderstruck icon sale. Oh, and don't worry, guys, we are just getting started here. I'm starting to rev up here because I nearly wanted to end it all when I saw this. During a recent title update, career mode would just crash when you started a new game. If you wanted to start a fresh new save, the game would just collapse in on itself, especially on consoles. I think it was specific to PS5. The game would just crash and there was nothing you can do about it, and it also like reoccurred even if you went into an old save to progress into a new season. You just couldn't. It would crash straight away. How this issue, like a major issue like this, slipped through the cracks, we will never know, because apparently it was a crash that was exclusive to people that weren't English. So like if you had it in any other language, you'd lose all your progress, and most likely you would have corrupted your save file in the process. Like imagine this happened into our Ultimate Team, like where people couldn't log in, or people couldn't connect to the servers, or people, as soon as they went into Ultimate Team, it just crashed the game. Like that would have been fixed in minutes. It would have been fixed like that. This is gonna be the most egregious glitch or like bug crash to ruin the game mode ever. Like literally stopping you from playing the game entirely. What levels are this company gonna stoop to next? Because I don't want to find out. Yeah. For real, I feel your pain, lad. This photo is literally the entire community right now. You guys weren't too happy either when I broke the news and posted it, because, yeah, the comments came flooding in. And the cracks were really starting to show. This FC new era was not off to the best of starts. At this point, it's better to play FIFA 23 with mods than EA FC 24. That is the state of career mode right now in a nutshell. However, there has been a glimmer of hope recently. There's been an announcement with Beats and FC 24 where the little collaboration going on, and possibly for the first time in career mode history, there is post-launch content added to the game. I know, we're living in a historical moment right now, because potentially, thanks to this promo, we're going to be seeing a couple of things added to either play career mode and the create a club side of manager mode. But with this trailer, like, with all these cutscenes, like, they don't happen in the game, actually. They're just all this one ad. We don't get these locker room cutscenes. We don't get the fans all lining up outside. It is all just cosmetic, or just like the aesthetic of this commercial. The new ad was built using EA's Frostbite game engine, not actual in-game footage. Like those scenes on the bus, getting out of the bus, were only made for this ad and not put into the actual game. Like, none of this happens in career mode. Like, after all those dynamic moments and cutscenes, this ad, for some reason, had more importance than the actual game experience. But wait, there's more. You can become a Beats ambassador in player career mode. Does a cutscene happen? Does it affect your player or gameplay whatsoever? No, it's just you click a button, you become a Beats ambassador, and that's it. A little pop-up on the screen, you get your attribute boosts, and nothing happens. It'll add the ability for users to purchase additional virtual Beats headphones from their in-game salaries and earn personality points that enhance their on-field performance. So you're gonna be able to like customize your player, put some Beats headphones on him, which, you know, spoiler alert, sorry to spoil the parade, but I already did that back in FIFA 23. And other benefits, whilst manager career mode, now I'm listening, will allow users to outfit their teams with Beat-inspired kits. So maybe we might see some sponsors get added into FC 24 for Create a Club. And it looks like you're gonna have to be pretty deep into your player career save to even do this, because the player in this example is like 92 overall, and hopefully you can add Beats headphones to your manager. That would be a sick look, but it might only be an exclusive for player career mode and Volta. Now, a couple of outside factors that haven't really been EA's fault have gone down in real life. And that has caused a knock-on effect for the game, because thanks to that great Italian betting scandal that went down with Fagioli, Sandro Tonali, and whoever else decides to gamble their winnings in future, once they receive those bans from the club or FIFA, they get completely removed from the game. You can't access them, you can't play with them unless you have an old save file or you load up the old squads from launch. You can't use them. And I know this is just a strange request, but like, yeah, just don't remove players when they get suspended, because prime example, who remembers this back in the day? FIFA 15 career mode, Luis Suarez wasn't removed. Back when he decided to take a chomp out of Chiellini at the World Cup, I think he got like a 5-month suspension, I'm not quite sure. As soon as you started up a Barca save in FIFA 2015. You got this email straight up the jump. Please be aware that Luis Suarez is currently serving a suspension and will not be available for selection until the 26th of October 2014. He wasn't completely removed. Like, for some reason, he got a special exception. Why can't we just keep this system that we had going? What, 7 years ago? 9 years ago? Oh my god. I feel old. 2014 was 9 years ago. Almost 10, goddamn. Now, as I predicted, EA are dropping Euro 2024 Germany DLC. And if you're an avid viewer of the channel, you would have already known that little tidbit I gave off a couple of videos ago. You put 2 and 2 together. EA have got the Euro license back, and they're going to do pretty much what they did for the 2022 World Cup. And it's just going to be a little added tournament mode for Euro 2024. And you just know they're going to have a bunch of content and promos in Ultimate Team. And it will be a free in-game update next summer. Don't worry, you don't have to pay for anything. And based on the content that they're going to add, it's probably not even going to be worth $5 if you ask me. Based on that Qatar World Cup DLC, that was just, the Women's World Cup was surprisingly a little bit better because you could have captain your country, an OG game mode from back in the day, from when there was those World Cup actual standalone games. That was in the Women's World Cup DLC, but not the men's for some reason. It's going to be like early June sometime. So yeah, we are going to have to wait for a while. I'm going to have to wait a while not only for the update, but a couple of custom real faces. Maybe we'll see some brand new face scans, some new stadiums added, and general cosmetic enhancements like what you come to expect. However, one thing they didn't want you to notice or mention is the fact that they have lost the French national team rights. That is a completely generic France kit. Thanks to the strategic placement of Wirtz's arm, you can't see the generic logo. 2022 World Champions will be unlicensed in the game from 2024. Like I said, it's probably just going to be a crappy little tournament mode that you can play against your friends. You can do a kickoff. You can play against people online. But let's be honest, let's be real. It's EA. Like, they're not going to go above and beyond for this. They just want to show off that they have the license. And whatever they add into the game, a mod I could easily replicate like they've done in the past. There will be no changes in manager career mode whatsoever. It'll still be called the Euro Cup or the European Championship with all its generic licensing, that crappy logo, and this 4-group system. Like, nothing will change here. It's only for that newly added mode where you're going to see all the Euro 2024 branding and licensing. This is still going to be an absolute farce and replicate the Euro 2012 format, something that changed over 10 years ago, and they're not going to touch this. Trust me, I know. I don't want to get your hopes up. Like, if you were to compare it to the Euro 2012 DLC, given it was paid, but only I think it was maybe 5 quid, 10 quid, it's not going to have your expedition mode. It's not going to have your scenario / challenge mode. It's going to be extremely bare bones. No new extra gameplay features or anything quite spectacular like this really unique practice arena that I wish came back. Yeah, it's going to have the broadcasting rights and packages and all the branding on the sidelines. Trust me, I know EA too well. They proved it in 2018 with the World Cup. The 2022 World Cup was just the epitome of lazy. And this DLC allegedly is releasing in early June. And then when you compare that to Euro 2012, that was literally released nearly 2 months before the actual tournament, it doesn't really fill me with confidence too much, because the Euro 2012 DLC, yes, it was paid, but it was probably actually worth it considering the amount of modes you got. Expedition mode, which we haven't seen return to a FIFA game ever since. Basically, it was just a fun little offline mode that you can go around, beat other people's teams, and receive a player in return if you do so to build your own team. And basically, you travel the entirety of Europe until you built up a super squad. It was just something fun, something different that you don't really see too much nowadays. Yeah, the real life trophy is going to be added into the game, fully licensed for the first time since 2012, but only available in that little add-on mode. It won't be in career mode, I can assure you that. The only thing I'm looking forward to at this rate is actually going to the games in Germany, which I somehow secured tickets, and Italy defending their crown, baby. It was just my luck that as soon as I got done recording yesterday, EA put out a new tweet for the announcement of Title Update 6, the FC24 Holiday Update. Let's take a look and see where they went wrong. We've got some gameplay changes, 100 updated face scans, and why is one new celebration listed as something added? In the official pitch notes, it looks like we're going to see some snow, some Christmas themes in the main menu. I guess they were cooking something with that Christmas light glitch a couple weeks back, but basically it's just a bunch of gameplay and Ultimate Team changes, so nothing specific to career mode. We officially have some more star heads. It brings 102 updated player star heads, as well as 6 new managers. You can expect to see improved likeness for players like Gregor Kobel, as well as managers like Luis Enrique, and the 2 examples they've given us here is Gregor Kobel in action for Dortmund. And then Enrique, who, I'm not gonna lie, the manager scan here actually looks pretty decent. That looks like some GTA 6 level graphics. I'm not usually one to glaze EA, you guys all know that, but I don't know, Enrique kind of looks good here.
What did he say?
A little bit of the snow theme, but why isn't the snow like landing on the grass? It's literally just in the air and then it disappears. Like there's no snow on the ground like you'd see in a snow day in game. You've got a refreshed new main menu, which we're probably going to see more glitches in, and then a few new Ultimate Team stuff and a bunch of gameplay things that I can't be bothered reading through. No definite career mode fixes, because according to EA, FC24 career mode is perfect. Look, let's be honest, I wasn't really expecting any major career mode changes to come in this update, but it would have been nice. It's mainly to do with updating the cosmetics and the aesthetic side of the game. No new mention of stadiums. However, in addition, there is a mention of a brand new team added into the game in the rest of the world category, and I assume it's only going to be in kickoff and tournament mode. Euros 11. No idea who they are, no idea what players are going to be in this team, but they're 5-star rating, 85 attacker, 84 defense, 84 midfield. You never know, it could be a mix of current and past present players like the old classic 11s, a Soccer Aid-esque team that combines generations, so keep your eyes out for that, but you won't be able to use them in career mode, of course. Like, you can tell something's up and seriously wrong when you've got every single creator ranting about the current state of the game. Even the Ultimate Team players are unhappy, and they get all the love. They get all the attention, the promos, the updates, all the newly added content post-launch. Trust me guys, it's an absolute farce, and mods can't come quick enough. Now, I was gonna just specifically say for the career mode side of things, but just gameplay also in general, this has been the buggiest launch and just post-update treatment since FIFA 20, and that broke gaming news headlines. That was mainstream news. You had players, NBA players, celebrities complaining about the state of career mode, and we just had a similar, if not worse, launch and post-launch care. And just look at these stats, look at the numbers that this game is still doing. Despite it still not being called FIFA anymore, the sales revenue is up, platform earnings is just absolutely making a killing right now. FC24 with over 14.5 million active accounts, exceeding what EA already had predicted. Look, it helps when the game massively goes on sales, there are big discounts, but it just shows to EA that they can get away with this. They can do literally whatever they want, serve it up on a plate, rebrand it as FC25, and they'll still make their profits. People will still play this game. People will still accept it. Like, no matter how much kicking, screaming, and shouting we do, EA will make their money, and that's all they want. At the end of the day, they don't really care about how there's a ginormous career mode mega thread about how many issues there are, how many features need to be added, things that need to be fixed, or the career mode experience in general, because there is no way they can monetize career mode, or there is no way they've thought to monetize this game. So they just leave it as it is, just kind of update it sporadically every year and see who bites, which is a lot of people. Just to put it into perspective for you guys, there are 5 FIFA 11 career mode features that have been removed or are just not even present in FC24. You've got the big ones, you've got the obvious ones like sponsors, live cup draw, which honestly I never even experienced growing up playing all the old games, because I believe this was exclusively on the PSP. Yeah, you had the live cup draw for like the FA Cup, the Carabao. You could set your ticket prices, which I love doing. You could have a trophy room, which I've been suggesting for ages. And hey, there's that Champions Cup that lasted all the way until FIFA 19 here back in FIFA 11. There's a trophy room and cabinet in pro clubs, but not career mode, which I pointed out before. And there's a fame status for your manager. So not only that vapid manager rating you get from the board, but you actually had like a status you could work towards and build up to over the years. Best part of that feature was it actually impacted the gameplay. Not only a risk of you getting hired or sacked, it could help you in transfer negotiations and increase your transfer budget. Now, I don't know about you guys, but FIFA 11 is still my goat. And to think all the creators and all the people that got their hands on this game and had early access a couple days before everyone else was hyping up this game, just loving life when EA gave them free codes. But as soon as the game came out, the real beta testers and people that dove deep realized, yeah, this is just the same old, and this FC24 new branding isn't going to save them. Just at the end of the day, to protect you from pre-ordering or wasting your money on the game, just don't trust anyone or anything anyone says. If they get the game early, they get early access, if they go to all the capture events, if they get the game or care packages for free, they're yapping. They're basically yapping about the game because they still want a relationship with EA. They want to get early access. They want to be all buddy-buddy with EA and go to all the launch events, but they really don't actually care about the game in depth. And that's where people like me come in, where we don't really care about what EA thinks of us, and we just say it how it is. We see an issue in the game, we report it, we let the people know, and really press EA. We want them to fix this stuff. We want to see new features and new content in the offline modes, and not just crappy little cutscenes. We need to see actual features with substance, new innovation every single year, not just removing features and then bringing them back years later. Now I know I'm just gonna receive a bunch of comments below saying, why don't you just stop playing the game? You don't have to buy the game. Stop playing it. Play FM. I know I'm never gonna escape those allegations, but hear me out. At the end of the day, like many others, I actually genuinely enjoy the career mode game mode as a concept. Simulating with real life teams, using real players, transferring, having your own little world you can control and manage, being able to control the team and actually play with them in game. It's a unique selling point, and career mode has been a staple of this franchise for years, if not decades. But it's gonna take eFootball PES levels of massacring for me to not buy a FIFA every year and play career mode. It also doesn't help that EA don't have any competition right now. There is no PES Master League that's up to date and released to the public yet. Like eFootball PES just completely removed that, and now all we have, if we want to manage our teams and actually play with them in game, I know there is Football Manager, but the only competition EA had, Master League, completely vanished from the earth. RIP PES will never forget the aftermath of FC24 career mode, all the bugs, glitches, and issues I could find. Let me know down in the comments below if I've missed on anything, and if I should make another video. Part 3 would be insane. If you've made it this far and share the same passion that I do about this game and this franchise, make sure to drop the video a like down below, hit subscribe, turn on the notifications on the channel so you never miss out on any content coming. As always, I've been your boy BCHD. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the very next video. EA, fix your game, EA Sports. Your game is broken.